Hey guys, last lesson of the week with Learning with Little Tweet. The date is Friday, May 22nd, day 38 lessons. So here's the situation. We have a science lesson about weight. So comparing observing the weight of objects and comparing the weight of objects. Usually I try to give you extra videos and do a lot of demonstrating for you all, but today, the day that I'm recording this, is actually Owen's birthday, and they're waiting for me to go on a hike. So I'm not going to be able to spend a lot of time with you guys on this lesson. I'm just going to read you the directions, okay? And then you're going to have to do it on your own, and it'll be just fine. All right, so let's read the directions. Okay, so matter, observable properties, weight of objects. With permission from an adult, gather two objects. Decide which object is heavier and explain why. Ask an adult which is heavier and have them explain why. Compare your answers. So basically you're going to find two different objects and hold them both in your hands and figure out which is heavier. So I could hold Mini Mrs. Hill in one hand and Little Tweet in the other and think about which one feels heavier. Do you have a prediction about that, by the way? I don't know. Okay. All right, let's keep looking. So, for example, the full water bottle is heavier than the tissues. I know this because my hand goes down when I hold it. All right, so when you're comparing the weight of different objects, explain how you think you know that one is heavier than the other. All right. If a smaller object feels heavier, because sometimes that happens, guys, big doesn't always mean heavier. For example, a pillow is pretty big, but it's not necessarily that heavy. There are some things that are much smaller than a pillow that are much heavier than a pillow. Have you observed that before? So if a smaller object feels heavier, talk about how a bigger object isn't always heavier. Okay, we just did that. Finally, line up all 12 objects. I don't know why it says 12. I guess you're supposed to find 12 different objects. So find 12 objects, line them up with the heaviest first. Draw, write, or take a picture of the items in order and explain your thinking in written words. So you're going to find 12 objects, line them up from lightest to heaviest. Now be careful, don't pick up things that are so heavy that you're going to drop them on your toes and hurt yourselves, right? So make sure that the things you're picking up are things you're allowed to pick up that are safe, that aren't going to hurt you. So I recommend starting with something really, really light, okay, and going from there. So this piece of paper is really light. That might be my lightest object. And then maybe a glue stick, and then maybe crayons. So this is the lightest. This is a little heavier. This feels a little heavier. Woo! A little heavier than the glue stick. And then find something a little heavier, and keep going until you have 12 is a lot. Maybe 8 to 10 is fine. And then you can have a grown-up take a picture for you, or you can get a blank piece of paper and just draw all of your objects from lightest to heaviest and label them. Okay, guys? So that is something you're going to do on your own. You may go ahead and pause the video and get to work. Awesome job, everybody. Have a great weekend. See you next week.